have no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The revolution starts now.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Turn those machines back on!
And we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall.
Show me the money!
You are fake news.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
I don't know when they decided that they wanted to make a virtue out of selfishness.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on Earth.
Well, that's the revolution here on Lake Effect Radio. Streaming live at lakeeffectradio.org/studio. And we're here with Dan. Not only we have Kate Burke from Lake Geauga, Habitat for Humanity. I almost sort of flip-flopped that by mistake. I don't know. Just sort of that mindset, not enough coffee this morning. I'm not going to lie. So...
My name is Dan, and I'm here with Lake Effect Radio as well, with Jeremiah here, and we're going to be conducting an interview. And I'm actually here doing the interview. I'm part of the student veterans, the president of the Student Veterans Association here at the college, and we heard that you're doing a veterans type event, not only just the Veterans Day event, but for Habitat for Humanity. Like being someone who's like I've never. Really looked into Habitat for Humanity, so just like with me and like with everybody else listening, for maybe people who don't know who they are, could you explain to us like what exactly the Habitat for Humanity is and what exactly you guys do?
Sure, I'd love to. And first of all, thanks for having me on the radio today. This is really a treat. So Habitat for Humanity in Lake Geauga has been around since 1987. And we provide affordable home ownership for low to middle income families. And we've expanded into doing critical home repairs. And that means we're helping veterans, which is how we got connected to Rhonda and the program out here. Just to offer services of providing those repairs to veterans who can't afford them or don't have the ability to do them themselves. So we provide that service free of charge. We also help seniors who want to age in place with the same thing, providing those services free of charge. And we even work with University Hospital who can come in with their occupational therapist, take a look at the home and figure out where mobility issues might be happening and help improve those. So make it easier for them to get around their house so they can stay in them safely and for longer periods than having to go to a home or whatever. Our home ownership, though, is what we are most known for. So we provide and build homes for low to middle income families, and we provide them at a 0% interest, which is really what is attractive to those people who are struggling, trying to get into being a homeowner and really can't do it based on their wages and what's their family situation. So right now we're building a home in Paynesville. It's our home number 99.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
And it's for a single mother with 2 kids. She's going to be moving in probably by the end of this year. And part of that becomes a partnership with that family. We work with them. They do sweat equity, which is they volunteer up until they are in their homes, and they can do that in a variety of ways by, say, working at our restore, working at our events, or just generally helping out with administrative things. So we're excited for Jackie and her family to be moving in at this, and then we'll begin our milestone, which is house number 100.
Well, that's really awesome.
Especially
in today's economy, and like you got having houses being like the cost of living going up and the cost of housing going up, and having private companies buying stuff, holding on to it. It feels like everything's going up in price, and it's and this seems like a really great thing to have people because housing has definitely been a huge I guess problem for a lot of people recently, especially with the housing prices going up, like COVID. And everything going on, that's really awesome. You can get people in the houses and give people pretty much like the freedom to be able to do what you're doing. Like it seems like nowadays it's like home ownership's just now
Sort of a mythic usually
yeah.
for
It's
some
like a pipe
people.
dream for a lot of
Yeah.
people, and that's what the problem that we're trying to solve is Ohio, like many states, has a home affordability problem and a home having enough stock to provide for people who are at that level of. So its median prices are higher, though people's wages haven't kept pace with it, and then there's ability or having enough inventory to give to have that to for people to buy.
Yeah.
So we come in and we help alleviate some of that by providing these homes. And we do it throughout Lake and Geauga County, so we provide that service in both counties. And it is one of those things where people just think, for whatever reason, that we just give homes away. We don't.
Yeah.
They do take on the mortgage, but the thing that we can provide is 0% interest.
Yeah.
And then we help them, work with their current wages and make sure that they can afford it. We want them to be successful homeowners. We don't want them to get in there and go, oh my God, I can't afford this anymore.
Yeah.
So we work with them, understanding, giving them financial classes, budgeting classes, and so they truly understand what it's going to take to then be a successful homeowner.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you setting people up for success. You're not kind of just like, because it seems like a lot of things that happen with like Section 8 housing or maybe like other help is like, they kind of just like, oh, well, here it is, good luck.
Yes.
Have fun.
And then the other big thing that we do is our Restore, which is a fabulous store on Vine Street, like you said, right down by the Captain's. So it is a store that is full of things that can help people do home repairs. So we have a lot of construction supplies in there, used tools, overstocked inventory of lumber and flooring and plumbing and all sorts of things, appliances, so people
And
can
even
go
in
in.
case you get the different odds and ends furniture that are brand new.
Exactly. And right
and
now,
lamps and everything.
yeah, we've got plenty of lighting. We've got some new furniture from, again, I think it's Sevilla. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but they have an overstock. So they were like, here, you take it from us.
Oh, wow, really?
And so then we have that furniture available in the store. And we also do a lot of donations. So people can come on Tuesday to drop off donations that then go on to the floor, and then those get sold. And all that funding goes towards these programs of home affordability as well as our critical home repair program.
That's awesome. I love how it's like, it's everybody taking, like, the military, it's like you hear the saying, my brother's keeper, and, a lot of us actually, when we get out, it's like it's something that lives with us, and I love that, you guys do, you work with other people, and everybody, it seems to all be like an interplay, everybody takes care of each other, trying to make a better world without having to take advantage of people, kind of mentality.
And that's like me
Exactly.
when I was cleaning out my grandfather's garage that's at my house, and that I was taking stuff up there. I'm going to be going through stuff in the winter time, and that throw on the heat. So it's a few things I need to get rid of out of there, because it's like and I throw it at them, because it's like, I know in the spring and that I had a whole bunch of like handles for like drawers and that. It's like I don't need all these done.
Yeah.
And for the bigger items, our crew over at the Restore, they'll come and pick it up. So you can schedule a pickup. As long as, again, you're in Lake and Geauga County, they'll come out with in our truck, and they'll pick it up, and they'll bring it back to the Restore. So people who are settling estates and really don't have that wherewithal to, get a truck and then bring it, we can come out and get it.
Oh, that's
I had to do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thanks for using our service.
I had no choice, because even though I live so close around the corner, probably not even 5 minutes, but I had big metal, like storage cabinets back there. I got different solutions. Like, all I have is a car. That's not going to fit in there.
Exactly.
The thing's like 8 foot tall.
Yeah, and then
3
you don't want to
foot
be like one
wide.
of
Yeah,
those
that's
guys.
not happening.
You don't want to be one of those cars where you got like it's stacked higher on top. You ever see those cars? It's like it's twice as tall as the car, and it got a bunch of ratchet straps around the soundtrack.
Yeah, I wasn't going that far. Even though it's a short distance, it's like, if they want it, if they could come get, all power to them, because it's like, I can't get it there.
Yeah.
Well, you can stop by anytime Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Come shop, and then.
And what is the address for that?
It's
on Vine Street?
34225 Vine Street in Eastlake.
Okay, 34225 on Vine Street in Eastlake,
Correct.
Ohio.
Yep.
Okay.
If you got to Walmart, you've gone too far.
You know.
I know. I drive past it like so many times it's not even funny for what you guys been there. What, 7 years?
At least, yeah, 7
At
years.
least.
Yeah,
It
and
was
so-
prior to COVID.
Yeah, so we had 2 locations, but just again, COVID and the circumstances, we have it just down to the one, and then our admin offices are next door to it. So,
Okay.
we.
What do you got to? What are the qualifications? Like, so if you were somebody who wanted to reach out and was wondering about, if I could get a house, or who are those offered to specifically? What would your
So the one things are you do have to have a job. You have to have something where you have an income coming in. Just again because you're going to have to pay your mortgages.
Yeah, it's not just a free house, people.
Yeah, it is. So you have to have a solid job. You have to not have too much debt because then just like a mortgage company, you do have to go through all those background checks to make sure that you don't. Like you can afford the mortgage, right? Like you don't have too much debt going into it. Again, we want you to be successful homeowner. And then, Becky, who is an amazing, she's our family services manager. She'll walk you through the process. She'll help you through the application process. You can go online. You can see the basic qualifications and eligibility requirements for it. You got to be able to, again, put the sweat equity into it, and the process is we make it as easy as possible, understanding it's your first house, right?
Yeah.
So we do try and make it comfortable for you, and like I said, you could talk to Becky at any time. She's at our phone number is 440-226-3000, and Becky's at extension 7. She'll be glad to answer any questions and help you through the process.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Then hopefully you maybe get a couple people that'll reach out. Let's see, you got anything else you want to ask real quick?
So
Anything
if
curious
someone from hearing your cause was interested in either, let's say, helping at the restore, whether helping at a property that you're, building a new house, how would they reach out to get involved with that?
So on our website, you can go in and you can volunteer, which we have Noelle Cousin, who's an amazing volunteer manager. She will take all your information and get you hooked to the area that is most of interest to you. So if you wanted to work in the restore, we have all sorts of opportunities there for volunteers. You can work in the back, taking things, pricing them, putting them on the floor, helping in the donation center. You can work up front with as a cashier. So lots of opportunities at our restore. Companies, we love to get companies involved with our home build. They can sponsor a house in many ways. Obviously, financial is our biggest ask. We always are looking for companies to sponsor a house, but then they can also come out and volunteer. As an example, Avery Dennison, one of our local companies, they come out and they help paint. They can help put up walls, whatever their comfort level is in doing some construction work, they can help at a house too. And they can make it a day. We make it very fun. We, have coffee and donuts and, pizza at lunch so that they can have a day of, working on one of our houses. And then we have skilled construction workers who help us with our critical home repairs. And just as an example, today at one of our houses, which is working with another really awesome nonprofit called One Step at a Time, who deal with young adults coming out of foster care who don't have a home, don't have a place to go to. This is a place for them to land. We're helping to make their home a little safer. So we're rebuilding their back porch. We're providing some motion lighting. We're going to help them with electrical upgrades so that those young adults, have a more comfortable living arrangement. Anyways, it's an awesome program. We're lucky to be working with them. I think Kelly and the team over there at One Step at a Time do an amazing job.
Yeah, and I love how there's multiple different entities and how I always try to tell people, I'm like, your community can either build you up or break you down. Like the people that you keep in your life, in this literally they will build you up. So I like the mentality that this facilitates. Is I think that more people need to get into the mentalities of taking care of each other. I think that we're kind of losing that as a society. I think a lot more people nowadays are kind of looking at, how can I take care of myself? But, as a whole, I think if we could all learn that your success is my success, and if we can learn how to build each other up, I think that that would help us progress further and make us stronger as a society. And especially how your organization, that's pretty much what you guys do. You literally build people up for success, and hopefully that'll facilitate them to go and pay it forward,
Exactly.
be able to take care of each other, and
or reach a future that they never thought that was possible.
And that's what we got to do, is that's the possibility of just even owning a home anymore. It just seems like a fantasy to so many people.
Well, especially
It's a real
new
shame.
builds, and that you look,
You're paying
300,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you look at the one I'm at, my grandparents and that, when they bought it in, what was it, late 50s, 60s, and that, it was only 14,000 or
Oh, wow.
40 or 14.5, something like that. It's that's nowadays you would be like, that's all.
Yeah.
And it does impact, and that's very well said. It's all about making your local community a better place for everybody, because that's where you live. You want it to be better for everybody. And then the affordability, if you keep outpricing basic service employees, so then that just impacts the businesses that can no longer hire somebody because there's no place for them to live. And I mean, it just has a ripple effect throughout the economy in that community.
Yeah, it really does. And it feels like everybody wants to make more money, make more money. But I'm like, well, what if we just reduce the cost of living? What if we made things cheaper? What if we stopped raising the price on everything, and we tried to figure out how to reasonably control the pricing and the housing, and instead of just trying to go out and make more money, because we see how that works out. See how inflation does. Inflation keeps going up and up and up, and the price keeps going up and up and up. Paychecks are slowly creeping back up, but nothing ever seems to come back down. It gets more expensive, and then it just kind of stays that expensive, and it gets especially in today's economy. With the inflation rates, because of COVID, COVID really kind of threw the entire world into, and everything seemed to spiral out, because of the supply and demand there, and we're kind of just trying to get our feet, get back on our feet after all that. It feels like it's 4 or 5 years later, and now we're just finally kind of getting back to normal. It feels like.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And it is one of those things where we are still recouping, but it is. It's great for the person who has a house that's selling for $500,000, $500,000, but that doesn't help the person who's trying to buy their first home.
Yeah, and
it's been saving up for 10-something years to do it, and still can't even imagine it.
Yeah, and then you just get those people who come in and buy, they'll buy it out cash outright just because they want to hold on to the house.
Yep.
That because in maybe 2 years the price will go up. I do maybe see a housing bubble crisis, kind of like in 08. You got a lot of these people seem to be buying houses and flipping them, but I don't think there's enough people who can afford that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in a couple years with all the people who are oh well, now I've been sitting on a house that I thought I was going to flip for 5-10 years longer than what I thought I was going to. And it is really one of the problems before was we have more houses that are open than we have homeless people out there.
Right.
We could house people comfortably. We could do this, but we can't take care of we could take care of each other, but we can't take care of each other and the greedy people all at the same time. So it's it's we could either take care of each other or we could fight and squabble over some scraps off the table. And I think that we should all be taking care of each other, and just like your organization does, and setting each other up for success, and not kind of forgetting that karma, whether it's real or not, it does seem to come back. And karma does seem to, if you put that out there, you do your good things, you do your good deeds, it does seem to come back. And volunteering for organizations, especially an organization like you guys, not only are you taking care of people, you can give people opportunities to volunteer and get together and meet new friends, and finding other people who have similar goals like that, where you find other volunteers, and you might not be getting paid for it, but you find people who become friends and family, and you can build off of that. And that's another thing that I love about because I've done quite a few. I've worked with quite a few nonprofits before. I helped. I tried to help with a community garden up in Cleveland before the whole COVID process hit. But with as far as nonprofits go, like I do love the people that kind of come out because it's an unselfish, altruistic behavior. You don't get those people that are coming out trying to take advantage of you. You find the right people, and like I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Like your community is what can build you up or break you down. And I think that one of the most important things to me is keeping a community that will take care of you and take care of each other, because that's how you all become better people. I don't know. Sorry, we just had Rhonda here. Rhonda is Rhonda. She's part of our SVA. She's another chapter. And speaking about veterans and stuff like that, you have an event that's coming up, right? That is veteran friendly, correct?
Absolutely. So this Saturday, starting at 11:45, we will be having a Patriot Day event that is. Came to us from a grant through AmeriCorps. So it's about never forgetting what happened on 9/11. And so part of the grant was to pay honor to those first responders as well as our veteran community. And so that day we are going to be working with the Sub-Zero mission and Stuff the Bus. So the bus is being stuffed with donations for winter gear. They go out and take those items to homeless in and around the Cleveland area and all over to help people survive the winter. So they need everything from coats to gloves to boots, hats, sleeping bags, tents, hand warmers, and then only new socks. But all those items do help those folks that are homeless, that are out in the elements during our harsh Ohio winters.
Well, especially after last year, it was
a tough one. So the bus Stuff the Bus stop starts at noon through 3. You can stop by the Restore at 34225 Vine Street in Eastlake on this Saturday, September 6th, and drop off an item. Anybody who's going to be donating an item will get a cup of coffee and a donut from us, and then 15% off on anything in the Restore. So the Restore will be open. It's typical hours 9 to 5 that day, but this event will be going on in front. We'll also have some first responders there from, I believe, Eastlake and Willoughby, with, again, to honor their contributions every day as being a first responder in our community. So again, this was made possible by the generous support of AmeriCorps. And so we just invite everybody to come out and help to support the Sub-Zero mission with some winter gear, and then have a coffee and a donut on us.
Yeah, that's awesome, because it seems I'm from New Jersey originally, and one thing I've noticed moving out here is like it goes from hot to cold. There's a very small window in between.
Normally we have a little bit better. This year's been a very wonky.
I agree.
One extreme, go from 80 something down to like under 70 to now 80 again to possibly, down to 68.
Yeah, and you have no idea when that's going to just drop again. So I like, getting it all done before it gets cold, instead of having to be ramping up like it's going to be snowing next week. Oh, we got to hurry up, So I like
everyone in Northeastern Ohio says.
Yeah.
Weather changes every 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially with the lake effect,
Well, our flag raising ceremony is going to be conducted by K9 for Heroes. He's an awesome supporter of the veteran communities. He provides dog units or K9 units for different organizations throughout. He's a great supporter of our Stars and Strides run that we do here at Lakeland. So he'll be conducting the flag raising ceremony. And I don't know if you know this, but on Patriots Day, every flag should be flown half-staff in honor of what had happened on 9/11. And then we will miss it during our event, but another moment of silence at 8:46 a.m. that morning in again, respect of in honor of those people that lost their lives on 9/11.
And what's actually very interesting is here at our Student Veterans Association, we actually have one of our leaders in the Student Veterans that helps us with all our the coordination and all that stuff. She was actually she was in during, if I'm correct, during the 9/11, correct? She was in the Army National Guard during 9/11. She actually helped, and I'm extremely privileged to be working with her and be and have her help. And I'm appreciative to her. Her name is Rhonda. she's an awesome person. Her and Debbie, they do so much for us, and because I myself I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm the president of the Student Veterans Association, and we've just tried to make it a big family here, and I'm grateful to her because she didn't just stop with her service. She like I said, she was in the Army National Guard. She helped during 9/11. She experienced it firsthand, and we have the privilege of having her here, working for us, helping us. Working for the school and just doing everything that she can, upholding that oath that we took, and just being our my brother and my sister's keeper. And I just feel I wanted to shout her out. Rhonda, she's an awesome person, and Debbie, you guys do so much as far as service for us as veterans. And being a 9/11 thing, I felt like that was nice that I should bring that up.
She's the one who educated us about it being Patriot Day. We did not know that. We were doing it as a day of remembrance, and she again educated us about what that day means. And so we did a little bit more digging. And actually, Patriot Day is because of Rhonda's input.
Yeah, and like I said, she's awesome. I feel privileged to have someone like that who really cares and puts it all out there and puts herself on the line. For others, it's one of those people you want to keep in your community, and people that they're family. People that you might graduate somewhere, you might quit a job, but there's a group of people that you want to have around in your life for the rest of your life, and she's definitely one of them.
She's awesome. Totally agree.
Yeah.
And actually, it's her birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to give a shout out to happy birthday to Rhonda for tomorrow.
I'll give a pre-happy birthday too. I'll be telling her happy birthday too tomorrow.
So she's sort of here, and I was going to bring up the whole, the 5K that does happen here. So,
oh, how convenient!
I know, right?
Rhonda, would you like to come in here? There's a stranger that kind of walked into the.
Since you're somewhat involved with it.
Hello, and thank you so much for all those kind words, man. I'm really privileged to get to do what I do, and yeah, 9/11 is very special to me. I lost friends and family members. I remember being down there. I'm a native New Yorker, but we were talking about the 5K. I love the 5K too. This year was our second year doing it. We had a 35% increase in runners and walkers, and we had an amazing time. We had a radio station out there. I met a command sergeant major who wants to be my best friend now. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was. We're looking forward to doing year 3 again. So we're already in the midst of planning it.
May again?
Yep. We're thinking about moving it because unfortunately that May date is the same day of the Cleveland Marathon, and so we've had so many people say, could you possibly move it? So we're trying to figure out a better possible date. It may still end up being in May, but right now we're trying to think of.
Yeah, we had that problem too because we were involved with the clock tower run and that they did here for scholarships and that occasionally, like the one time, what was it, Andrews or was it Willoughby? One of those we had that problem. They had to switch it in that because of
time conflict.
Yeah.
Well, that going down there, and it's like, well, you're going to lose out on people, and that. It's like
I believe all of that, but I also believe there are enough people who can run. I think runners have a different energy. I met a lot of runners. If you give runners a T-shirt, a banana, and a medal, they will run for you. They will do a 5K, a 10K. All they need is a medal and a banana, and they will go. So I think whenever you do it, they'll run.
We had one other year, and we were the early one, and I forgot whoever they were. I think it was Andrews. They teamed up, do the double thing and that.
Right.
Andrews started later. We started earlier. So you had people bouncing from here to go over.
Again, runners. That's that runner energy. We have people who are doing 5Ks. They did our 5K that Saturday. They turned around and did another 5K that Sunday. Runners will run, man. They get those bananas. Get bananas and T-shirts, man. Get them a medal. They absolutely right, Kate.
That's
Kate's
true.
a runner. She's a runner. She knows.
I do it for the T-shirt.
She does it for the T-shirt. Yeah.
Do you have
runners
a wall?
love it.
No, I actually do have a number of running T-shirts. In fact, I did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame run a couple weeks ago, and it was because their T-shirt design was so good.
I'm not making this up. Did they have bananas and give you a medal?
They did.
See, bananas, T-shirt, and a medal. That's all
I would do it too,
We're
though,
simple
for the shirt. When it comes to Rock Hall, I would have done that too.
Yeah, it's good
But
stuff.
I didn't realize they did that though.
It's here. It's so close. Parking's free. You don't have to deal with parking downtown Cleveland. It's an amazing, beautiful campus to run around, and we make it so fun. So
the energy is amazing. It's you're not going to have a better time with a bunch of Marines, Army, Air Force. We have all branches, and the people are welcoming and warm. It's really cool. It's really cool. And then we have family. We had a gentleman who ran with his son. He was Army. The son was in the Marines, finished Marine boot camp. They drove from, where's that in South Carolina? They drove from Paris Island. They got to Ohio at 2 a.m. and showed up for the run. Dad, Army, son, Marines, and mom, unwilling participant. No, I'm just kidding. She had to come, and they all ran. It became like a family thing. It was awesome.
That's impressive because that's good, 12? And that's not if you go and, stop. Because let's face it,
energy.
You're going to probably stop at least once or twice along there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they did it.
Yeah, I had to make 2 trips last year because I had 2 cousins that graduated. I made that, and we learned after the first time. It's like just stay places. The journey is half the fun. The way that people don't remember that. It's like just because you get there, there's all kinds of stuff you can miss. So we took our time. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I drove back from California. So the way that I did it was we broke it up, and you just kind of like I said, the journey is half the fun. There's so much stuff that you could see along the way that we saw caves, we saw Indian paintings, we saw I got to see a rundown church in the middle of the woods. It was like it was really cool. It's like a church that was born in it was made in the 1700s. It got knocked down in the Civil War. But it's like off some side of the road in the middle of the woods in South Carolina. It was really cool. It's like I never would have found it if you don't keep your eyes open. There's so many things that you can see around you that have, so much magic. And if you, I'll repeat it one more time. The journey is half the fun. And if you keep your eyes open, it can be just as fun getting there as it is actually making it.
Not including, besides, so far we already covered 2 events. Mm-hmm. Any other ones?
Well, we have, like I said, these 2 major events. We do a major fundraiser in June, which is called Raise the Roof. But at Restore, we have a couple coming up, which are going to be fun. We do have a Halloween event. It's a trunk or treat. Right. So that is October 16th. And again, we are looking for some more people who want to provide trunks. We definitely have the treaters, no problem coming around. It's a great time. It's from 5 to 7 on that day. So we invite the community. We love being part of the community. And they can come around and great costumes. We'll probably be voting for best decorated trunk, and then we have lots of treats. And then also WKKY, who is our partner in many of our events, they come around, do a live remote. And in fact, they will be here for Patriots Day also, collecting stories from our veterans and first responders about what they do and their impact in the community.
And you said the trunk or treat will be at your Vine Street location?
Yep, at Restore on Vine Street, again, 34225 Vine Street in Eastlake.
Yeah, I would be a horrible person to ask because I drive past it. The address, it would be like, I don't know.
And then as we get to the end of the year, we'll be doing our Santa event. So that'll be probably in December. But right now we're just trying to get people involved with our Patriot Day event, and then off to Halloween, which seems to be just becoming bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah. No, it's true, and not only it's almost right around the corner.
I know, kind of hard to believe we're already into September.
Yeah, that's right. It goes as slow as life seems to go. Like when you're going through it, it seems like it's taking forever, but then you turn around and you're like, man, that was quick.
Yep, it is
so fast.
So
then, so you said for Christmas, do you guys also help with things like say if they wanted to do Marine Corps Toys for Tots?
No, we do more of a craft thing with kids so that they can come into Restore, do a craft, some kind of Christmas craft, and then they take it home with them. So we provide, a chance to sit with Santa, to write a letter to Santa. So it's all about making it really accessible for the community. Again, just because Eastlake is a pretty central location within Lake County that people can come by and participate with their kids. So we try to make everything really kid-friendly.
Okay, yeah. So you know, just to clarify for everybody else, like it's not a veterans organization or just specifically for veterans. Right? It's to help everybody.
Yeah, the Halloween and Christmas are, but we do specific events that do help veterans. And you know, Patriot Days. This will be the first year for that. We hope to make that an annual event.
Yeah.
So we just like the connection to our Veterans Repair Program and the fact that we do a lot of outreach to veterans to make sure that they know that we are here to help them if they have home issues, health and safety issues. And that's also, I'm going to kind of backtrack to the Stars and Strides, that we also provide a lot of resources at that Stars and Strides event. So we have a lot of veteran organizations that are there that can provide more resources, like everything from the VA to, like I said, K9 for Heroes. We had a
veteran-owned real estate broker who
nice.
came with an expert on using your VA home loan. So, and he was, I mean, we help support other veteran-owned businesses. We had the Congressman's office here last year. We had people who came for VA burials, for VA benefits. I mean, you name it, we had it. It was a really exciting time.
And
Small engine repair.
Oh, okay. Maybe. I don't know. What is that?
The guy off of Vine, was it Empire? And that was down near O'Reilly's and that. He's an actual veteran that does all the small engine mowers and that.
Veteran-owned businesses. If you have a veteran-owned business or you know someone who does, we love to highlight our veteran-owned businesses. And that's one of the places that Habitat collaborated with us to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we
awesome.
try and
good stuff.
provide that free of charge. We just want them to be a part of this event and to do outreach to the veterans in our community. So it is one that we try to make it all inviting for them. And much like our Patriot Day event too, we just want to be able to support our veterans and first responders in our community.
And that's interesting. Is like like I just got into the paramedic program I was telling you about. And it's interesting that you bring up the first responders as well, because for the longest time I heard veterans this, veteran suicides, but you never really heard too much about EMS. Like, one of the things that I've been kind of realizing, getting back into it, being a veteran, like you could go your entire career, but if you don't deploy, this and that, but if you can go a few years without seeing very much, but pretty much as a first responder, you're gonna see stuff that's gonna probably get to you at least once or twice a month, if not more than that. So I really like how they're highlighting. More people are highlighting first responders as well as veterans, because those are our homegrown heroes. Those are the people that do everything, that often they'll save your life and you'll never see them ever again.
Yep.
So it's really interesting to see, that and how the mental health is ramping up. There's been a lot more. There's been a lot more development on mental health and trying to take care of yourself, and there's a lot of stigmas being removed about that, and I love that. That not only are veterans getting help, it's also first responders as well.
Yeah, and again, that's who we had as part of our resource fair. Is we had NAMI there, as well as some other resources for people that are experiencing mental health or just need to pass that information on to somebody they know that might have mental health needs. And I think that's, again, a great resource in our community. And we just want to highlight that those things are here locally for veterans, first responders, or anybody in the community.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah. And I love everything you guys do. And does anybody else want to ask? You got anything you want to add or you want to throw in there that maybe we didn't touch on?
I don't have anything.
No. Again, just come on down, get involved, learn more about what Habitat does, and we'd love to have you.
34225 and Vine Street.
34225 Vine Street at our Restore. Come on down and learn more about what we do, and make it more than just
Saturday.
Make it more than just a one-off. You can come and get involved in many ways.
It sounds like a really awesome place. All right, so and then before we go, I gotta ask this. It's like we gotta ask you some music questions. What is your favorite band and what is your favorite song?
Oh, so I just went to go see the Black Keys.
Oh, yeah.
They were so good. Were you? I was there. I thought that was great. So I love Gold on the Ceiling.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So all right, so if you wanna, we'll have to throw one of the. Pick a song and we'll put it on the radio. Which one do you want to? What song do you want to play? We could even put it on there afterward.
Do you have Gold on the Ceiling?
Let's see.
We're gonna find out.
I can't remember
Oh, there you go.
Awesome.
That's perfect. Well,
They were so great to watch. They were entertaining. Watching them throw out those Swenson's burgers was hilarious.
Are they throwing burgers out?
Yes.
Well, not including. So them actually a few, what is it, 3 or 4 years ago, in that. So they were actually, because it's on every Friday, first Friday of October, they have World College Radio Day, and that they sponsored that. Black
Really?
Keys, yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool, and that would really help us. Like, you know, we're trying to build the radio station up here back to what it was, and you know, I'm glad that we can get you guys on and you know help you guys out, and we're trying to you know build ourselves up as well, you know, because this is a you know, like it's a college radio station, you know, so I really love the energy, especially Jeremiah. Jeremiah's done a really great job at taking care of the radio station, and yeah, and hopefully this isn't the last time, you know, we bring in. Maybe, you know, since you're right around the corner and we've been doing collaborations before, you know, maybe we could bring you in every once in a while.
We'd love to come back and
well,
thank
I'm
you so
sort of
much
hoping
today.
We did it in February, but maybe March. We normally brought in volunteer organizations. It's sort of like volunteer week.
Okay.
And
April's volunteer month.
I know we should probably.
Yeah.
We always sort of did it. Then you had a healthy relationship fair, which isn't a fair anymore. But that was always, or it wasn't. I think it was February, and that I want to try to bring that back. Probably not in February. More when it actually warms up outside.
Yeah.
Like late March, maybe April.
Yeah. Like I said, it's Volunteer Recognition Month, and you know, organizations like ours, our volunteers are everything. They're our lifeblood, and so we appreciate them. We can't thank them enough for all the support that they give us.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you guys, and this is a wonderful interview, and I'm very proud that I got to conduct it. I'm happy to have 2-3 great people next to me, and I hope that we can do this again soon.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and don't forget 34225 Vine Street in Eastlake, Ohio.
Saturday from noon to 3. Come on by.